We have to accept that not everybody's the same fan of anime. It's different levels to it, and that's okay. Today we're gonna be watching a video called Anime Larpers Annoy Me.
Here's my fit, everybody. What's her name, Renee?
Renee is crazy. You know, I want to say like immediately before I watch the video that this picture is frying me right now. Holy shit. But I want to say like off rip, like I truly believe anime is for like everybody. It doesn't matter what kind of anime you like. It doesn't matter like how you look. None of that shit matters. I think everybody has a right to enjoy anime to whatever degree they want to. They don't have to be a hardcore. And you know, maybe some people are hardcore. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I believe it should be. You know, I don't like the gatekeep. You know, I don't think it's possible to really gatekeep anyway. Gatekeep anime anyway because it's so mainstream now. There's really nothing you can do. Everybody's been exposed to it. It's mainstream now. It is what it is. But there's definitely some people that you can be like, they don't, you can tell they don't really care for anime. They're just doing it because, you know, it's the trendy thing. And I guess, you know, get your money, get your bag or whatever, but I can see how that can be annoying.
A rose.
Who are you? Say who you are.
Asa. I'm Asa from.
Like, I'm not the biggest Chainsaw Man fan. Like, I think the anime is kind of whatever, but I like that. Like, Chainsaw Man got good action. Don't get it twisted. But other than that, it's whatever to me. It's kind of all right.
Chainsaw Man.
Anime larpers are genuinely baffling. In the past few years, we have seen more and more people pretending to be fans of anime, manga, and like.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like I said, anybody can like it, and you don't have to be hardcore about it. But why would you pretend to like something you really don't care for? I mean, I know why you would do it, you know, for content and for clicks and stuff. I guess if you're doing it for content, that's different because at least you're getting paid for it, and it'd be considered like entertainment to some people. But there's people out there who kind of just like, they just only do it. They don't even do it because they're getting paid. They're doing it just because it's trendy. They want to be cool. Those people, I don't fucking understand. At least some of these people are getting paid for it, I guess. I don't know.
And it's genuinely stupid to me. And it's been getting worse and worse the more popular and mainstream anime has become. Now, anime becoming popular isn't a bad thing. The more people like anime, the bigger the budgets for them are, the more anime we get overall.
All right, so he has some reasoning and he's actually logical. I really hope this video isn't going to devolve into him saying something like he doesn't like people LARPing anime or whatever because he used to get bullied for that type of shit. I hate that shit when people are on that type of time and like, oh man, I got bullied for anime and now everybody likes it. I really hate that shit.
However, what annoys me are the people who ride the hype train without actually getting inside, so to speak.
Come on, like, I don't know what this...
ride the hype train without actually...
So I don't know what this tweet was in like response to or whatever, but come on, Naruto, Attack on Titan, One Piece, they're like one of the most mainstream animes you can get. Like they're out there, everybody watches them. So if somebody names these three, it's like, is it really that big of a surprise? And just because they're popular doesn't make anybody any less of an anime fan because they like them. They're popular. Animes are popular for a reason.
Getting inside, so to speak. Pause. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Recently, I made a video covering this topic specifically.
Wow, this is off topic, but this game looks like ass, bro. I don't think there's such thing as a good anime like fighting game, like based on like an anime. Like these anime arena fighter games, they're fucking garbage, man.
Focusing on JJK fans in particular, I said there were way too many quote-unquote JJK fans who don't even consume the series. Be it major content creators on YouTube who, you know, make videos without clearly reading the series, or just randos on Twitter rage baiting who...
I've never ran into people, luckily, who make content on anime shows they don't really watch. Like, to me, that's weird. Like, why'd you even do that? Because you're only going to embarrass yourself because the people that actually watch those shows, they're going to be able to see it a mile away. And you don't even have to be like a hardcore fan. If you watch the shows or read the manga, and someone starts making a video on it and they don't really do that stuff, but they don't pay attention. It's like, it's just an embarrassing thing to do to yourself. I don't understand it.
Also clearly haven't read the series or just don't have the reading comprehension to get it. But nowadays, people...
And come on, let's stop saying you don't have the comprehension to get it, because Jujutsu Kaisen is like, sometimes it's just a little stupid with how complicated they make stuff. I don't think it's bad. I love Jujutsu Kaisen. But sometimes it's like, all right, man, it didn't need to be this complicated. But it is what it is.
People just pretend to read and watch the series.
What is this? Is this Tony Hawk? Why they got this dude on a skateboard? What the fuck?
Which is pretty annoying. But after making this video, I got sent down the rabbit hole of anime larpers, and it just made me angry, to be
So my thing is, when he says anime larpers, does it mean like So I noticed recently people use the word larpers instead of like people use the word posers. That's like, you know, people be skateboard posers and stuff like that. But it seems like we've swapped the words around, or maybe no one really says poser anymore. It's just larper. Because larper used to just be people who like pretended to do like fucking RPG roleplay IRL and stuff, right? Isn't that what that used to be? And then I guess now people just say larpers instead of posers. It's interesting how like things change, I guess.
honest, which is kind of petty, but it did. And it all started with this clip that I put at the start of this video. Now, this specific
They look like they're having fun though, bro. I can't even be mad. Like, whatever. They're chilling, whatever. I don't even know what this stream was supposed to be. I don't really watch these streamers like that. Like, sometimes I watch Cinna. Cinna's pretty chill. Rage, I see clips. Rage looks crazy in that fucking wig though. I'm not gonna lie.
clip isn't too bad, but the concept overall and how prevalent it is upsets me on a number of levels. But before I get into specific celebrities who annoy me with their LARPing and specific series, I'm going to give you a brief lesson on etymology, which basically just, you know, the meaning of a word and what it used to mean and stuff, basically, right? So, what is a LARP?
Oh, okay. At least you gotta explain it because I was kind of. That's funny.
LARPer? What does it mean to LARP? Now, in all these TikToks you see nowadays, I see about anime LARPers, a lot of people don't really know what the word actually means. So let me explain, starting off with what it used to mean and what it means nowadays. So originally,
I guess words, you know, they change over time. You know, words are defined by those that use it, blah, 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 all that shit.
LARP was an acronym for live action roleplay. Now, given how the term roleplay has gotten a very different connotation in the past couple decades, the term live action roleplay might set up some red flags. Like, when you hear the term roleplay, you're probably thinking of something that people do in the bedroom. But in this context, or just historically, the term LARP was a lot more literal.
I guess LARPing is kind of a super niche thing, so it makes sense. Like a lot of people, and it's an older thing. It's been around for a minute, so I feel like I guess maybe younger generation they wouldn't really know too much about it if they weren't into it themselves. I wonder if people still actually LARP though. Is that still like a popular thing that people do?
Okay, LARPing was a term to describe those who made costumes and went out and roleplayed. So like people at Renaissance fairs who get into character as a medieval knight or a tavern owner, etc. Or for a more modern example that more people will be familiar with, the characters at Disney World, right? They are LARPing as Disney characters, as Jedi, Stormtroopers, Megatron. They are pretending to be fictional characters in the real world. LARP, live action roleplay.
Is it still LARPing if like it's your job? Like the examples he posted, you just talked about at Disney. Is that still considered LARPing? To me, that's kind of just like the same thing as you would see somebody in a mascot costume, like outside of like some small business or some shit. It's kind of the same thing to me. Like I feel like LARPing is different in the sense that it's just something people do recreationally for like fun on the side. You know what I mean? But maybe that's just the way I see it. I don't know. I could be wrong.
They used to be associated as a more of a hobbyist activity back in the day that people would do more so out of passion than as a job. You and your friends go out LARPing as your D&D group and you go out on an adventure. And that was the initial.
Also, where does cosplay fit into all this? See, I feel like it's multiple things. You got LARPing and you got cosplay and then you got, you know, mascot people just doing their fucking job. You know what I mean? I feel like I feel like there's a thin line between the three.
Definition of the term LARP. And that sounds pretty cool. Going out with your mates dressed up in costumes and pretending to be characters, that sounds like something a lot of people would enjoy doing. However, in recent memory, the usage of the word LARP has changed quite a bit. In more modern times, the term LARPer carries a similar but much different meaning. It more commonly refers to someone who pretends to be part of a fandom for a popular series. JJK LARPers, who pretend Gojo is the main character and should have beaten Sukuna. Chainsaw Man LARPers, who can't even name characters. ReZero LARPers, who pretend to read the light novels and just see the cool animation.
That animation is not cool, bro. let me stop. I always say that because I seen this in a previous video, and now that I'm seeing what it is, like this shit looks weird, man.
Subaru walking
Why is it
upstairs.
animated like that?
And One Piece LARPers, who are kind of the worst. But every series you can think of has its own section of people who pretend to be into an anime series or manga, light novel, etc., usually for clout. The most annoying cases of these, however, are just clearly celebrities who want to kind of claim the title of being part of a specific fandom just so they can appear to be more down to earth, whilst also at the same time clearly having.
Yeah, the celebrity thing is definitely tricky because sometimes I feel like when it comes to celebrities and they talk about how much they like anime, I feel like sometimes you can tell the difference between those who do and don't, because especially when they get interviewed and they don't I don't know, it's like a vibe. You can tell they don't really know what they're talking about. But then there's celebrities who are like, all right, fine, you watch anime. And like I said, you don't have to watch the most niche anime to be considered an anime fan. Even if you do just watch popular anime like Attack on Titan, One Piece, or Naruto, you're still a fan of anime. It doesn't make you any less of a fan.
No idea what the series they're pretending to love is actually about. Now, as I said, the most annoying cases of anime larpers to me are celebrities. The clip at the start that I played was the most innocent and like whatever clip, to be honest, because I'm pretty sure some of the people here are just anime onlys, so it makes sense that they might not know all the characters' names. Like, this is fine. This is like a perfectly innocent clip.
I'm not good at like remembering a lot of like anime names that people I watch. I just fucking don't. I've always been that way. Even when it comes to like movies and shit. Like I used to watch Game of Thrones. I watched all of Game of Thrones. I love that show. I couldn't name half the fucking characters on that goddamn show, to be honest with you, outside like major characters. That's how I am about like a lot of things. I'm just bad with names, so I don't think it's that big a deal.
I can see why people joked on it a bunch, making TikToks, etc. But this one's harmless, right? This one's just funny for me to see. But let's move into some other famous anime larpers and just kind of point out how stupid it is, right? Let's get off with a big one first. Logan Paul, everyone's favourite dickhead, I guess. So after kind of ruining the Pokemon TGC for a while, he decided he might think about going to the One Piece TGC. And in this video, granted, I will say this, he does specify that he's not a super fan and that he's only watched the live action.
My thing is, I would never. That's crazy what he just said, actually. I just thought about what he said. He only watched the One Piece live action and he got into the trading cards. That's weird. I feel like if you watched the One Piece live action, that would make you want to get into the anime, but that's just me. But I'm also not I don't watch One Piece. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I do. I really don't. But I don't know, getting into the One Piece trading card game just because you watch the live action, that seems like a crazy jump to me, no?
Which then is immediately put under suspicion as he messes up Luffy's name within seconds.
This is major. I got cases. Luffy D Monkey. Shout out Luffy.
Monkey D. Luffy.
What?
Clearly,
Luffy D Monkey is funny. Also, why would you even put that up? Like, if you mess that up, just like cut it out the fucking video. Shit. I mean, be smart about it if you're gonna be like pretend to do what you're doing, man. Come on now.
this dude's not a huge One Piece fan, but still wants to go into the One Piece TGC for some reason. Probably just because there's money in it. I don't know. It's just strange. Kind of stupid. No one likes Logan Paul.
Also, it's like getting into it for the money. I feel like he's at a point where he doesn't need to do that. I feel like he probably makes enough money or has enough money where he doesn't have to get into it for the money. But hey, I could be wrong. Maybe he has ulterior motives. I don't know the guy.
For a lot of reasons. But I will note, however, somewhere he was wrestling with the WWE and people started chanting that he's banned from Japan. That was peak. Watch those clips. They're very funny. Now, another one. Kai Cenat. I just don't like Kai Cenat. He feels like he larps about way too many things. He larps as a fashion designer, walking around with his edgy little...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Kai Cenat been on some weird shit recently, but fuck, who am I to judge? I'm a goddamn VTuber on the internet, man. Like, I don't have much room to fucking judge people, but shit.
Design book. Like, looking like what a 14-year-old thinks a fashion designer is, when it's just some crusty book. It just looks strange.
He's just doing too much, man. Like, there's nothing wrong about wanting to be into fashion, but like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I don't get it.
Like, he's holding on to that thing. No one's taking your dream diary, dog. Calm down.
I watched One Piece. I watched a little bit of.
You watch One Piece?
Yeah.
You don't.
It's too long though, bro.
Okay, name 3 characters.
Luffy.
Lofi is funny as fuck.
Luffy, bro.
Hey, Luffy.
Luke.
Yeah, again, this one's like pretty harmless, not really a big deal. Shuei just kind of gasses up that he's into One Piece when he's not. That's kind of stupid. Doesn't hurt anything. It's whatever.
I'm so distracted. I'm sorry. This game looks like ass, bro. What is this fucking JJK game? This shit looks so bad, man.
He's into One Piece when he's not. That's kind of stupid.
Shit.
Doesn't hurt anything. It's whatever. This one is just kind of fraudulent and stupid. So you know those like anime music videos you used to see on TikTok and stuff or whatever, and that like live action music video for Bling Blang Bong or whatever for the
I have no idea what he's saying to me right now. What the fuck is Bling Blang Bong? What the fuck?
like Mashal Season 2 OP, that was done by these guys, the Anime Men. And now let me pull up their website, because it is very funny. So as you can see here, this is the website for the Anime Men. We watch anime. If we just scroll down, we get a little...
See, this is just performative shit. Like, what are we doing? Why are you guys in suits? Why do you have a website talking about you watch anime?
character profiles for each one. But if we look just down to the bottom, I'm in the Anime Men, and I don't watch anime at all. Dog, what the fuck? This one's, you know...
I mean, I've never heard of them, so I don't got much to say about them. They seem like they're just, like I said, being performative for it.
kind of, yet again, harmless, but it's kind of annoying that you're in a group called the Anime Men, and you just kind of stupid. It doesn't hurt anyone, but it's stupid. Now, the last one that does genuinely annoy me, because MrBeast looks like he consumes people's souls instead of...
What do you mean? He looks like someone who would watch anime to me. Maybe I'm just... Maybe it's just me, but he looks like plenty of the people I grew up watching. I grew up and went to school with that. This is what someone who likes anime would look like, bro. What are you talking about?
getting his own. And yeah, it's MrBeast. I'm talking about MrBeast. So MrBeast for the longest time has kind of been on both sides of asking people whether or not he should get into One Piece, while at the time also saying that One Piece is in his top 3. So he's just clearly lying about being into One Piece.
Wait, did he say these things around the same time? Is this after he started watching One Piece? Like, let me see the dates. That's 3/11/21. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, that's kind of weird. Why would he? That's strange.
Whether or not he should get into One Piece, while at the time also saying,
like, that's the thing. Just say you don't watch shit. I don't understand why you pretend to watch a show you don't like. I said already, I do not watch One Piece. I respect it. I get people love it, but I'm not gonna sit and pretend I don't like I like a certain anime because once people start asking me about it or just innocently trying to have a conversation, I'm not gonna be able to talk about it, and I'm gonna look stupid. So I don't get it.
that One Piece is in his top 3. So he's just clearly lying about being into One Piece for literally no reason, aside from attracting maybe some of the One Piece fandom to buy some of his dog water merch. Sure, he's pretending to be a fan of One Piece just because, you know, it's cool and trendy. I think a lot of this...
Also, it's stupid if you're trying to sell something, because once people find out you're fraud about it, it's like they're only gonna like shit on you now because of it. If anything, you should just find people in a fandom that you actually give a fuck about. Like, why go somewhere you know nothing about? There's so many other animes you could have went to, and you decide to go to One Piece. Why? Just because it's a huge fandom, potential people to sell things to, I guess. But like, it's not worth it in the end, because if people find out you don't really like One Piece, it doesn't matter how many people in that fandom, they're not gonna buy shit.
Started from like Speed, who like kind of inarguably is a huge fan of One Piece. I mean, everything to do with him is Luffy based. I'm not a big fan of Speed, to be honest, but you can't argue that he is a huge fan of One Piece, right? And as a result, I feel like it's made a lot more people get into One Piece, and as a result, it's become the trendy thing to do. So out of the woodwork come, you know, bellends like MrBeast being like, oh, I like One Piece too. Oh, like for real? Yeah, me too. He doesn't. What this video mostly boils down to, in my opinion...
That video of him getting punched in the stomach was the funniest shit ever the first time I seen it. I know it's off topic, but still.
Is when talking about both celebrities and the regular apparent anime enjoyer is these people who pretend to be one of us, pretending to enjoy these pieces of media alongside us, hiding among us. They do so because of 2 major reasons, in my opinion.
Before he finishes, I think people should just accept the fact that not everybody's the same type of anime fan as everybody else. Some people just watch it lightly. Some people might watch 2 or 3 shows and that's it. Some people just might watch the popular anime, and then some people might watch more niche, more underground anime, less popular anime, and it's fine. Like, we have to accept that not everybody's the same fan of anime. It's different levels to it, and that's okay.
Opinion. The hype, you know, maybe you see an anime clip on TikTok of how cool a series is, or maybe your friend is talking about how cool an anime is, so you change your profile picture and you get some surface level knowledge about it from TikTok, and you just kind of follow the fandom. Maybe with JJK we got a lot of this from people, you know, reading exclusively leaks. It's pretty harmless overall. It's just a little bit annoying when you're trying to have a conversation with someone who has a Gojo profile picture, or for them to think the person on their profile is Kaneki, because they have no clue. And the other one, which is more prevalent, is these celebrity anime...
Also, I think having a profile picture of just a random anime character is like, that's fine. That shit doesn't bother me. It's like, it's a profile picture on the internet. Like, how many of us when we were kids, or just in general, just tried to find a cool picture to use as a profile picture? Like, I think that's innocent. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Grifters, okay? These celebrity anime frauds. This type is much more annoying, and it's not malicious, but it's clearly deceptive on purpose. The famous and powerful lying to you about being in tune with one of your interests so that they can have more sway when trying to sell you stuff. It's so hollow and misleading to young people. Oh, he likes One Piece just like me? Better buy some Lunchables. Or wait, oh, maybe some Feastables instead. Oh no. Yeah, so all these dudes are either frauds who want to fit into the crowd or sell you something. But yeah. Not much else to say. As I said though, there are specific fandoms that have more larpers than others. As I've said, JJK is a big one where the larping came from people exclusively reading leaks and not knowing what actually happens in the stories because they're reading Google Translate.
See, I never knew people would just read leaks of JJK. That's new information to me. Also, it's like, why would you do that for anything? I guess if you don't really care about a show and all you want to do is like get more info on it, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, if I see an anime that I have a slight interest in, I'm gonna just maybe check out the first couple episodes. Maybe if it's manga, maybe I'll read first couple of chapters, see how I like it. But I'm not gonna immediately go look up leaks and information on that anime, because what if I do end up liking what I'm reading? Now I spoiled myself. I'm gonna be disinterested in actually going back and watching it. You know, I don't understand that angle.
Words, they're reading the series with.
Also, it's not that deep. It's just Japanese cartoons, man. Like, come on, guys. You don't have to be doing all this. Some people just want to fit in so badly. I don't understand it.
Like the original raws instead of like actual translation, so they don't understand what happened in the story, though claiming to be fans. I've seen a lot of Chainsaw Man fans who claim to love the anime and the manga after only watching the movie, and I've seen a lot of like light novel larpers who claim to read the light novels of stuff. Like I've seen a lot of ReZero larpers who claim to love this light novels and then they have no idea. As I say, each fandom kind of has their own section of people who pretend to know what they're talking about, but don't. They're just lying because it's trendy and popular, which is annoying. I will, however, make a distinction. There is a difference between anime tourists and anime larpers. They are not the same. Tourists will just watch like 5 episodes, or like 5 shows overall, and dip. Larpers don't even watch the shows.
See, I gotta disagree with that last point. Like, the tourist is a popular new word that I've been seeing thrown around, not just in anime. I see it in the VTubing space, but the word tourist is so silly to me because, like he just said, watching like 2 or 3 shows or whatever makes you a tourist. No, you're still a fan of anime. If you're gonna sit down and commit your time to watching 2, 3, 4 different anime shows, and a lot of time these shows don't be short, they be like, you know, 30, 50, sometimes even more episodes, 30-minute episodes, 24-minute episodes. That makes you a fan of anime. You're just not a hardcore fan. And maybe you like watching or doing other things with your time besides just watching anime. I think some people, they get a little too deep into anime and manga, and they just make it their personality. So when anybody else comes within the vicinity and they're not as hardcore about it as them, all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I'm better than you," or they have this weird sense of superiority because that's all they do. That's their main form of interest, their main thing that they watch. And it's like so deeply embedded in them, they don't realize that it's like, no, you're just super hardcore. And sometimes they just don't have nothing else going on. That's all they do. All they do is watch anime and read manga and stuff, which is fine. I'm not judging you. If that's what you like, fine. But don't, like, you have to be able to step back and realize not everybody is that hardcore about the thing that you love. It doesn't mean that they don't like it as well. You know what I mean? I'm hoping I'm explaining that in the best way possible, and I'm not trying to sound mean or nothing about it. It's just some of these people, they're a little too in deep with anime. They need to just like take a breather, man, take a step back. But this is an interesting video. He actually explained himself really well. I'm glad he took the time to explain LARPing, because like I said, to me, that whole thing just sounded like the word poser, but I suppose people don't say that anymore. I don't know why. I think the word poser is way better than LARPing, or at least using it in this sense, but hey, it's just me. But of course, I'm going to leave the link to the original video in the description if you want to check it out, support the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.